Hey, good morning. This is Reggie Pegues here coming to you live from New York City. That's Queens, New York. And I just wanted to jump on here this morning to share a few things with you about your health. Um, Yesterday, I got a message from someone concerning someone who is in the hospital right now, suffering from blocked bowels. Good morning, Chandra. Good to see you. Hey, Stephanie. Good to see you. And if you know anything about me, you know that I'm in the health and wellness industry. And one of my major things is sharing with you the importance of two things. One, the importance of detoxing our bodies. And two, the importance of drinking enough water on a daily basis. So I get this message yesterday about a gentleman who's in the hospital. He's suffering from blocked bowels, and he's also suffering from blockage in his large intestines and his small intestines. And they have him on a no food restriction, strictly IVs, and he's in this situation, and they're hoping that this remedies itself. So I wanted to come on today, and I wanted to talk to you about how can we prevent ourselves from being in that type of situation. First and foremost, water is extremely important for us, not only just to live, but it helps to remove sedentary waste from our system. By removing this waste from our system, it helps to flush out toxins. It helps to flush out our major organs. It helps to remove parasites from our bodies. But if we don't consume enough water, hey, Tony Wood, how you doing? Good to see you. If we don't consume enough water, we develop a buildup in our system. Now, add to that, if you're on medications, if you're taking opiates, painkillers, if you're taking any medicines pill form, what happens is it begins to build up in your system and it begins to clog it. Look at it like a drain. You know how a drain, when it's working properly, whatever liquid contents, water, whatever, goes into the drain and then it goes right out. But over time, if soap or hair or things begin to build up in that drain, it goes out slower, slower, and slower. So our systems are the same. Our intestinal systems, our bowels, our colon, they function the same way. Think of your insides, your intestines, your colon, your bowels like a sewage system, because that's what happens after we eat. After the nutrients go into our bloodstream, what our body does not process and does not use, it goes to our waste system. But if your waste system is clogged, it will cause problems for you. So this is where the importance of water comes into play. The average person should be drinking at least 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day. Now, you can reduce that, not reduce that, but you can make it very simple for you. Most people say, I don't have time, I have so many different things on my mind. How do I keep track of how much water I'm drinking per day? Well, one reason and one answer is that you can, a 16-ounce bottle, if this is a 16-ounce bottle, that means in one bottle, if you're drinking one bottle of 16 ounces of water, you're drinking 2 cups of water in one serving. So all you need to do is to drink 5 16-ounce bottles of water per day, and you'll get your daily water requirement. This will help flush out your organs. It'll help flush out your kidneys. It will help flush out your liver. It would help flush out your bowels, your colon, your large intestines, and your small intestines. So what happens when we don't do this? Well, the reason why this gentleman is in the hospital right now is because he's suffering from what's called intestinal sludge. There is a buildup over the years. The food that we've eaten through the years, the processed foods, the foods with fats, the different foods that have 0 calories in it, things that are not very nutritional for us. If we're not drinking enough water, if we're not detoxing, these things are building up in our system. So many times when you see someone who has an extended stomach, okay, sometimes what we do, we try to attribute it to, oh, I'm just fat, or I'm drinking too much beer. And these are contributing factors. But the reality of it is that you have sedentary waste, anywhere from 5 to 25 pounds, sitting in your colon, in your large intestine, in your small intestine, and it's just gathering. So the more that you build up, the more your stomach becomes extended, the more parasite buildup you have, the more toxins you build up, and this leads into other situations such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and other factors that are detrimental to our health. Most people fail to realize that 70% of our intestines make up 70% of our immune system. So if that system is compromised, then the rest of our systems in our body begin to break down. We put toxins into our blood system, they go throughout our body, and they cause other health issues that we don't want. But the issue to help ourselves is very, very simple. Yes, we should be very much aware of what we're eating, how we're eating, and the portions in which we eat. But more importantly, we have to make sure that we're taking in enough water and we're detoxing our body. So you might say, Reggie, what do you mean by detox? If you know my story, 3 years ago, I was 275 pounds. I was pre-diagnosed with diabetes. I had high blood pressure, and my cholesterol was out of whack. My knees hurt, my back hurt. I was going through a lot of health issues that many of us go through. With my family history, I had concerns because I watched my mother many years ago go through being a diabetic and contracting cancer and having to take injections, and at the end of her life, even having to help her inject her insulin. And I knew that this wasn't something that I wanted for myself. It wasn't something that I wanted to continue. It wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of. But yet and still, I allowed myself to become sedentary. I stopped exercising. I stopped walking. I was eating a lot of junk foods, which I love. I love potato chips. I love cookies. I love sweets. But this wasn't good for my health. So I had to make a commitment to myself because I was raising my young daughter. So I took it upon myself to find something that, because of my job, I had to find something where I could improve my health, knowing at that particular time I didn't have time to work out or go to a gym or anything like that. So I found Total Life Changes, and that's the company that I'm a part of. And I'm very proud to be a part of this company because there are so many success stories every day from people who are using these products, and you're looking at one. The very first month when I started taking the ISOT, I lost over 20-something pounds in the first month. Now, everything else that I tried, other diets that I tried, things, taking other types of pills and things like that, I did not experience the success that I experienced with Total Life Changes and with the ISOT. I started feeling better. I started sleeping better. I started losing pounds. And on top of that, I gained more energy. So after that, I added another product, which was the NutriBurst, which is the vitamins. And the NutriBurst was great because it's a liquid vitamin. 1 tablespoon is the equivalent of 10 salads. And with that, I was able to even improve my energy even more. After that, I started being able to move, work out, exercise, and I added another product. But my recommendation to any of you is this. Make sure that you're drinking at least 10 8-ounce cups of water per day. Like I said, if you're drinking a 16-ounce bottle of water, if you drink 5 of these a day, you'll get enough water in your system to help to flush your major organs. But you really want to detox. And if you are interested in detoxing, I will leave my link in the comments where you can join my exclusive free health and wellness group to get more information and more contact from me each and every day. If you want to know more, do me a favor. You can like and share this video. Hit the notification so you know when I come on. Also, you can go over to YouTube and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hollis, HOLLIS 205 at MSN.com. So to recap, it's very important for us to drink the proper amount of water each and every day. Each and every day. A lot of us like to drink sodas, caffeine, coffee, and that's all well and good, but you got to make sure that you're getting enough water in your system, particularly if you're taking medications to flush out your organs. Otherwise, you're going to be like the gentleman I mentioned in the beginning at the top of the story, which is he's now in the hospital suffering from a blockage. And if he just simply drank more water, because when we don't drink enough water, this waste that doesn't remove from our body becomes hard and sedentary, and it sits in our bodies and it builds up. And from that buildup, it creates toxins that go into our blood system, and it also creates parasites that go into our large and small intestines, and it feeds on the food that we eat, particularly sugars. Secondly, I want you guys to know intestinal sludge is a real thing. I want you to go to WebMD or Google it. Intestinal sludge is a real thing. I want you to understand this is something that is extremely detrimental to our health, and it's something that needs to be removed. If you eat 3 times a day, you should have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. If you're not having 2 or 3 bowel movements a day, you need to be concerned. And the first thing that you can do to help yourself is you can increase your water intake, so you can begin to soften the stool in your body. Because many people take Metamucil and all these other different products. I have a client who's a friend of mine who suffers from IBS, which is irritated bowel syndrome, and she began to use the ISOT and began to detox. And she shared with me that she is now going more regularly than she ever had taken any of those other off the counter or off the shelves products like Metamucil, fiber, other products like that. The thing that's great about our ISOT, it's all natural, it's gentle, it's not a diuretic, okay? It's not a diuretic. It just helps you to remove the toxins from your body gently, to soften that stool that's been built up in your colon, in your small intestines, and your large intestines over the years, and it will help you. The additional benefit, by removing that sedentary waste from your body, you will also lose weight, okay? So I want you guys to get that. I will put my link to my private exclusive health and wellness group. Click the link and be sure that you get daily content from me, health and wellness content from me each and every day. Go over to YouTube, hit Hollis 205, subscribe to my channel so you can look through my videos and you can check out some other stuff that I've had there. In addition to that, share this video with your friends, because this is very important. This is very, very, very important. It's my mission to help the world to become healthy one person at a time, and I want to start with you. So on that note, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I want to thank everybody. Hey, Michelle Spicer Farron, nice for you to join. I'm glad to see you. And again, please go over to the YouTube channel, Hollis 205. Hit the notification button here so you know when I come on to share great content with you. Also, like and share this video with your friends. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you got any value out of this, I want you to type #1 in the comments to let me know that you got some value today. And as always, listen, I love you. I care about you. And may God continue to bless you. And I'll talk to you real soon.